my creatives, and welcome to another video. Today I want to create an acetate pocket in my journal with a journal card, and I already have the page that I want to work on. So this is the page that I want to work on. I did this in a previous video, but the video settings weren't quite right. So if you want to watch this, you can check this out on my channel, but forgive me for the in and out zooming of my video because I was still figuring out with the settings. I think we figured it out by now. But you can flip this open, and then you have this beautiful page. Now in the other video I also did this, and I finished this page with some stamping and stuff, and this tag lives in here. Now I also want to create something on this, and I thought it would be fun if I would create an acetate pocket around here, and then maybe I think maybe want to put this journaling card in. This is from a previous masterboard I made, but I'm not quite sure yet. I do want to use some acetate, and in this case I'm going to use some packaging from a new bought Tim Holtz stamp set. I thought I would show you that you can also just use this packaging instead of real acetate. And I thought I would use, well, some scraps to create the frame of the pocket. Funny thing, I already wanted to film this video, and then Margaret shared her video where she did the frame with the bird inside. It was so funny. I thought, wow, minds think alike. Really funny. So first of all, what I want to do, I'm just using a regular book page for the base of my pocket. I will move the acetate out of screen. But I need to cut it to size, and I need to score the folding lines because I would like to have a gusset in this pocket. I did some measuring for my page. My page is 4/3/8 of an inch wide, and I have this book page. Now I would like my gussets to be 1/2 inch because it's easy calculating, so that means an inch wider than 4/3/8 of an inch. So I'm going for 5/3/8 of an inch, which is perfect with this page. I just need to get rid of a little slither. Then for the height of the pocket, I would like it to be a little bit overlapping with the flowers that are already on this page. And that meant 5.5. Now if I also want to have a 1/2 inch gusset on the bottom, that means that I need to cut a piece of paper that is 6 inches. Let's cross our fingers I measured well, because measuring is not my strong suit. I did break the paper. I'm not really worried about that because I can just score like here. It doesn't really matter because this is just my base, but my paper trimmer doesn't really like this paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score at 1/2 inch on the bottom and 1/2 inch on both sides. And then if we fold this, the pocket should be the exact size I want. If it's not, we're going to fix it. But I think this should work for what I want. But like I said, I'm not very good with numbers. So let's try if this fits. And it does. I don't mind that there's a little bit space around the sides because, well, that's easier with sticking down and doesn't mess up with the spine. So this will be the size of my pocket. Now of course I also would like to have a window, and how I usually go about these windows, I will remove this. How I usually go about creating windows is I'm just laying my ruler next to the edge, and I'm just thinking visualizing how big of a frame I would like to have for this window. So if I will do, for example, I would do 1 inch, I would make a little mark here, and then I would do 1 inch from this side, so I can see how wide my window will be. I think this is a bit too small for what I would like it to be, so I think I will go for 3/4 of an inch. And that means I also will do 3/4 of an inch on this side. Now with this ruler there are lines on there, and that makes that I will try to use these to create a straight line, or I try to line it up with my matte because, well, I have it, right? So, and set a line over there, which was not at all on 3/8 of an inch. Kyra, wait, I'm just going to do my own thing. I often just put the lines on the bottom of my paper, and usually it's straight or straight enough. And I'm also going to do that with this one. I thought I would be fancy, but let's be honest, I'm not. So 3/8 of an inch, right? Let's measure that again. Yes. Yes, but it is crooked. So let's try that again. I don't know how I managed that, but now it is straight. Right? Or is it? Isn't it? Get stressed out. No, it's straight. It's straight. It's straight. It's straight. We will figure it out. Okay, then I'll do the same measurements on the other sides. So here and then 1, 2, 3 here. This one's easy because this is on the line of the text. So that should be like this for it to be straight. And this one should be straightish like this. Now, you can collage first or you can collage second. I'm going to collage second, so I'm going to cut out the frame already. And don't forget to open up your flappies because you want to glue it on there. And all I'm going to do now is lay my ruler on my paper and going to cut in between the cross points. And then we have a little frame. So then on this side. Now I have learned that it is better to go a couple of times over your paper than to try to cut it in one time if you have thick paper. So that's what I usually do. If you put a lot of pressure, you have less control and there's chance you will get raggedy edges, but if you do it a couple of times, it will go out very, very clean. Now, for the pocket part, you see these, well, squares here. I'm going to cut those out in an angle to make sure, and I cut until the cross point to make sure when I fold them up that there will be less bulk. Now I usually also do a little snippet until the score line, so you don't see that when you fold them in and place them in your pocket. Now your piece is ready for collage. So what I did, I went into my scrap box, picked out some scraps that I thought would, you know, be nice for the theme. I don't need all of them, but I like to have a nice variety of scraps to choose from because I usually don't know what I'm going to do. So yeah. Now I was thinking about maybe adding a little piece of this, and I don't, how do I say that? I don't use my cutting machine for this. I just take a strip and glue it on. So that's what we're going to do. I will just take my glue stick. I'm going to glue it on. Doesn't matter if it's overlapping or anything, because that will be on the inside, or you can cut it out. I usually just flip it over or cut it off the next time, or the next time. when I'm done. It all depends on what you want. You can also do both. It doesn't really matter. So let's do some collaging. So I would like to have a variety of things. I also want to have a piece of this book page, and I'm going to stick that on here. Like I said, you could also do this with the rectangle in there, and then you also have a very nice centerpiece collaged, maybe for something else you want to do, but I'm not feeling that because I want to do a quick collage. And collaging on a frame is also a little bit of different collaging than like a journaling card space. So I thought I want to use this, but I don't think I'm going to like that. So here I have a piece of an advertisement. So let's stick this somewhere on top here. And if I miss any spots, I'm also going to ink the outside. So I'm not too worried about that either. Just go for it. You can always fix everything. Now I'm hoping that you are enjoying the videos that I'm creating. The only video I have posted online yet is the altered book flip through, and oh my gosh, thank you all so much for your lovely comments and watching it so much. It's like, whoa, I can't believe it. It's amazing. So thank you so much for watching it, and I hope the other videos that are now coming out are also enjoyable to watch, because I haven't posted them because I thought, well, and you notice it by now because this will be a couple weeks later, I thought it would be a good idea to spread my videos. So I thought maybe once a week, so no pressure for me, and then a little bit of stability for you. So I picked the Sunday. So I hope that is an okay day. I think so. For me it's an okay day. So I think all of you will also be fine with the Sunday. Yeah, so I'm just having fun again, and after a very, I would like to add some more green, so that's why I picked this piece. Very busy time with a lot of stuff going on. It is good to get back into it. I do notice that I get a bit nervous still with filming. I don't know why that is, but yeah, it happens. So it takes me quite a bit to start up. But then once I'm going, then I'm like, why was the beginning so difficult? But, you know, beginnings are always difficult. So it's okay. I mean, it is what it is, right? So yeah, it's good to be back and do my creative stuff again. But I have to be honest, since I started filming again, which was this week, so it's not that long, I do run into the problem again that I have an idea and I feel obligated to film it instead of just crafting, because I'm scared I'm not coming up with new ideas again. So yeah, that's the thing we need to work on. Also, I'm temporarily home from school because of how life got, and I don't know, I'm going back to school soon again. So I don't know how that will go, but we will see. I think it will be fine. I think I want to have this piece on top there. I can just yeah. And then stick that, maybe just cut off this piece, stick that there. For a little bit of variety. That's also why I added these small pieces of craft paper, to just have a little bit of dimension and variety in the paper. Do I want to add something else? Maybe just a little bit of the map. So these are all scraps, and I just picked them by color, and as you can see I picked way too much, but I don't always know what I want to do until I do it. I guess that is pretty normal for someone in a creative process, but just so you know, I wasn't intending on using all of these scraps. They are just here. Oh yes, I really wanted to use this one. Maybe for another project, because the pocket is not as wide as I thought I would maybe make it. So do I want to add something else? Maybe with a bit more text. I think a bit more text would be nice. And then especially here, adding the text. So I haven't really talked about my how my life went the past couple of months, and I did that on purpose. Because for now I need this space to be my own space and not about what is happening in my life. I'm doing okay, but the world around me is on fire. It's getting better though, so that's also why I'm back. But still, there's a lot of stuff I need to take care of. And well, that can be a bit much. So I think I'm ready to cut my frame. I should let this dry. Am I going to do that? No. Because I'm a stubborn little lady. And I just don't. So, will it rip? Probably. Can we fix that? Yes. So let's see. We have this little piece. I think I'm just going to try it with my scissors. This little piece in here. Cutting that away. No, don't stick. Please. Okay. Then I'm also going to take this back off because it's not sticking. On this side I have okay, now I'm going to take my knife. And I think I will do the outside with my scissors. Because I am a lot better with scissors than with a knife. What you gotta do, what you gotta do. I hope you don't see my head in frame. And cut. And again. And probably now on this side. Yes. Is it loose? Loose enough. And then I just have this last little tiny piece. So the inside of the frame is cut. And now I'm going to flip these back in. I'm just going to cut it with my scissors around the outside because I am just a lot better with scissors. I don't know, I feel like I have more control and I don't have to think as much about it. With a knife I always feel such a pressure to do it right the first time. And I feel that when I miscut with a scissor I can easier change my direction or anything. So I feel like I have more control. Okay, I like this. I like this a lot. So next up, taking off the sticky paper of my scissors, I want to use some ink, and I think you will guess it, but it's brown espresso. So I'm going to ink up the edges. It always gives me the feeling that things look more finished, more meant to be. So just doing the edges. Don't forget the inside. That has happened to me a lot of times. And once we are going to place the acetate, it will be nearly impossible to get inked edges. So don't forget the inside. like this. Also, my frame is still floppy because the glue is still wet, but I am too impatient. I really am. I just want to do my creative thing. Now, I had some acetate. Yes, here. So this is the packaging of a Tim Holtz stamp set. And if you want to have more sturdiness, you should use the other acetate. But for today, I just wanted to show you that it's also okay to use packaging. And you also have the sturdier plastic packaging, but not everyone has that. So I just wanted to show you that this is also fine to use. And I mean, it's just a page in your journal, so you don't always have to have the perfect supplies. I mean, we can't always afford everything. I have a lot, but that is a collection of years. As you can see, I just put my frame on top, and I'm cutting to make sure that I have a piece that will fit in here. I think I can cut off the bottom part. It also doesn't have to be straight because you are going to stick it inside your frame and you will never see it again. Now this you can also dye with alcohol inks. I was thinking about that, if I wanted to do that, but I don't think so. I think I just want to keep it like this. So this covers my whole frame. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some glue. Doesn't really matter, just some glue. I have this one because the other one is, my cheap one is clogged. And I'm not feeling getting out a needle right now because I just want to adhere this frame. And as you can see, I keep a little bit away from the frame itself because the acetate will make it squish. And to make sure that it will not squish on the acetate, I keep a little bit away from the frame. Now let's put it in, making sure that it is all covered. As you can see, it's squishing. And now my windowed frame is done, as you can see. So it's just with the packaging plastic, and it's perfect because it's going on your journal page. I mean, it's not a standalone or something, it's just going to sit in there. Now let's grab out my journal page. And I love it. But as you can see through it. So I will have to think about something what I want to do next. And then I will be back with you. It is actually the next day. Because I'm filming all of this in 1 week and posting them later. But yesterday, Margaret posted her video with the entomology grid journaling. And I was like, whoa, I'm so excited. That was amazing. And I watched it and I loved it. And then all of you guys were so amazing and leaving me all of these wonderful comments. And I'm actually a little bit overwhelmed by all of your, you know, love and everything. So yeah, so I watched that and I had a great evening. And yeah, so I came back today to work on this, and I know I will post this video a lot later, so you it might be a little bit out of context, but for me it's very relevant at this time. Okay, to continue, we did the frame, and I just had a little play with my scraps here, you know, to create something underneath the collage, and I will show you what I want to do. But while doing that, I thought this page is just a little bit too white, so I am taking my antique linen distress oxide and my brush, and I just want to add a little bit on the page because it just feels too white compared to the frame and the collaging that I want to do, which are actually most of them scraps from my desk. So I want to first of all do a little, well, you know, aging up or discoloring, making it a little bit more yellowed because it just feels way too white. The contrast is just too big. So I'm just taking my brush. Also, funny thing, if you watched my previous video with the specimen tags that I created, where do I have them? I had them here somewhere. I found the flower. I found the flower. It was on my desk somewhere. I told you I would find it the next time I would create something. So now I did. Yeah. So now this flower is here, and I will, I don't know, put it somewhere and use it on something else. Maybe on this project. I'm not sure yet. But the flower is back, as I knew would happen. And it was somewhere on my desk. I don't know how it got there. But with replacing some stuff, I found it again. So yeah. So I just need to do the top, because on the bottom there will be this window, and I want to cover the inside completely. So I have this scrap was laying on my desk, and I really love the illustration. This is just from a book page. Then this scrap I thought I wanted to use on the frame, but it was too big. So I thought if I would just add it here, then, you know. Then I also found these tickets that I bought at Doeding when I was there with the meet and greet from Margaret. And first I thought I wanted to put the, well, neutral colored one. But then I remembered, or I saw that I also have green ones. And I thought to bring a bit more of the green back into here, from here, that would look very nice. So I want to add the green ticket. Now there's this big red label here from the previous project that I did. So I also picked out 2 labels from Tracy Fox that I will add to my page. And I'm thinking that I want to ink up the edge of the ticket a little bit. So I'm going to take my ground espresso and just a little bit of inking on the ticket. And then we are one step closer again with this journal page. So let's see. First of all, I want to glue down that piece. I will take this book page as my glue page. And I try collages out with the frame, so I can see what will be shown and what will not be shown. So I will put this here. I think that is the right spot. If I take my frame. Yes, it is. It is. It can move a little bit up here even. Let's see. And that is why I love to use glue stick, because I can move it a little bit. Like this. Now we do the big piece. Some glue stick. I was also thinking about stamping, and maybe I want to do some splatter stamping to make it all a little bit more cohesive. Oh yes, this is good. This is very, very good. I like it. Now we take the frame to check. And I like this. Now you see a little bit of the text here, but I really don't mind, because there is a collage everywhere, so I really don't mind. Time for the tickets, I think. I also thought about adding this red label somewhere here. Also add a little bit of inking to that. And I think I want to add the other label up here, so you get this triangular shape. I always feel that makes everything look more complete, more satisfying to the eye. Now let's glue down the tickets, and I think it should go about here. Now let's take the window to check, and if I have to move it a little bit, I will. Now this looks weird, but the window is on top of that, so you will not see any of it. That makes me really happy. Is it straight? No. Now it is. Okay. I am liking this. So like I said, I was thinking about adding this label on top here. So you have the triangle. And I want to do some splatter stamping. Do I want to put that on top of the label? I think I do. So I'm just going to stick it down. And then I will get my Oh, I forgot to ink it. Ink, just a little bit. Just a little bit of ink, okay. And stick it down. I think I also want to do some other stamping. But first of all, splatter stamp. I have this Tim Holtz stamp. It's called Examination. And it has this splatter stamp. Also some very other cool things and some label thingies. So yeah, this is the splatter stamp I use because I knew I wouldn't use toadstools as much. So I didn't want to buy that only for the splatter stamp. But with this stamp I know I'm going to use it a lot more. So I'm also taking ground espresso and then I will do some splatter stamping. Because why not? Some more, and I just do this a bit randomly. I also stamp several times with the stamp. So I think this looks good. Then it also matches a bit more with the dark brown of this envelope. And if I put this on, yeah, I'm liking that. Should I also do some splatter stamping on the frame? Now I have to be careful to not stamp on the acetate. So I will just make sure that I only stamp on the frame. And by moving your stamp around a little bit, you get different kinds of speckles or orientated speckles. So I think this looks good. Now this is wallpaper, so it doesn't really stamp on that, but that's fine. Let's see. Oh yes, I'm loving this a lot. I'm loving this a lot. Do we want to stamp something in the frame? I don't know yet. I have this stamp set from Sampool. It's called Signatures from the Past 1. And I thought that I would like the filed on top here. Then I saw there are numbers. And I think I want to have one of the numbers on the side here, because why not? And maybe something on the frame. Oh, I like the enclosed. I think the enclosed would look very cool here. Do I have something here? Let's see if I have something on this stamp set that I would like to add on as well on here. Beautiful signatures on here, but I don't think I'm going to use those. I also have field notes here. So let's see. By Mr. Tim Holtz. I think I want to have this number here. Yeah, I like that. And do I want to have the corresponding order here? I think so. Something here? Do we want to have a number? I think this would fit here. Making sure that I'm not going to stamp on the wallpaper. I think so. Do I want to have something else? Let's see. Do I want to switch out this number for a bigger number from Mr. Tim Holtz? No. I think I want to have this number here. Do I want to have something here? Probably. But what? I'm not sure yet. Yes, ink. And I'm going to take some brown ink. I have the Archival Ink Mini Ground Espresso. And I think I will like that a lot instead of black, although I use black over here. I think I like the brown. Or do I want to go black? Decisions, decisions. Yeah, let's go for black. Okay. Changed my mind, which happens often. Taking my black archival ink, and I am going to start with the frame. Now, it's not a good idea to stamp this on my book, but I'm also a bit lazy, so I don't want to remove everything from my desk. Like I said, I'm a very messy crafter, so there's stuff everywhere. Okay, I like it. Yes, I'm happy I chose the black. Now this one, I will stamp that here. Oh yeah. Liking that very much. Now the enclosed. I have not used this stamp before, so we will see. Down here at the bottom. Oh, I'm liking that. The corresponding order. On top here. Then I want to have the filed on my page. Like this. You can also put something underneath, but I'm a bit lazy. So it's fine. I'm fine with this. And the number here. Yes. Am I happy with this? I am very much happy with this. But there is still something missing here. So what should I put there? I don't know. This one? I don't know. Maybe the figure. Yeah, I like the figure one. It's like figure 1, figure 2. So I'm going to stamp this in the middle. Yes. Now, let's see. Do I want to add anything else in here? Maybe some small Tim Holtz snippets. Here's a beautiful green one. I don't know. No. Maybe this circle on top here to cover up a little bit that I didn't stamp it right. And do I want to add this somewhere? No. Maybe this one here or here? No. I think here. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to add this one here. And I think something inside the frame. Do I like this? No, I do not, because it covers up too much and I don't like the shape of it. So I need something else. Nope. I think something smaller. Oh yes. Thank you, Mr. Tim Holtz, for such small pieces. Oh yeah. I do like that. So I'm going to ink up all these pieces. And then I'm going to stick them down. This one, a little bit of inking. And I think after that it is time for the journal cards. And I do think I want to add a topper to it. Now let's take this glue instead of my glue stick, because I find this more convenient. Nothing else but convenience. Something there. And a little piece over here. And this piece over here. Yes, I like that. And if I take my frame, yeah, I like this. So now let's glue down the frame and stop thinking about things and just go for it. Of course, my gussets are now accidentally glued down to this frame. Ooh, I need my... So this stuff also happens to me all the time. It is glued down to the part where I had too much glue underneath the frame or underneath the acetate. And usually this would happen because then I would continue working, but now I didn't. But this is good enough. Yes, I'm liking this. So let's take the glue and glue the frame down, and then decide on the journaling card, because that also needs a bit of decoration. I don't know if the journaling card I picked up front still tickles my fancy, but we will see. And otherwise I have made tons of masterboards, so I have tons of journaling cards ready to finish with a little bit of decorating and then, you know, continue. Let's see. I moved up a little bit from the sides because it's not the exact same size as my journal page, which is fine by me. Now this is stuck down. You could also, I already mentioned that, I guess, do the alcohol ink on the acetate, but I wasn't feeling it. Let's see. This was the journal card I picked. Do I still like it if I put this in here? Maybe I should wait until it's dry, but I'm not going to. It does look cool with the other page. So this is a Tim Holtz paper on this side. Okay, let me have a think and then I will be back with you. I decided on this journaling card, and that is because this one has more neutrals in it, and I think it would fit a lot better with this aesthetic than the very green card, which is looking a little bit modern. I also already did some sewing around the edges, and I picked out a bird I want to use, and this bird is from this book, which I found in the thrift store. So I just cut him out, and I would like to make a little collage. So I think that if we put him in here, I didn't even test this, it would look pretty good. Yes, it does. I have to keep in mind to place him a little bit lower so you can see his head. And I think I will do the collage here on my frame, so I can imagine a little bit where the window is while making the collage. So I have to put him a little bit lower. Now there is a little bit of white here, so I thought I would also add a little bit of the antique linen on this card. And this is just a card from a masterboard I did previously. I think you can even find this one as a digital on my Ko-fi, but I'm not quite sure because I didn't check. And it's a long time I made those. So yeah, I'm just adding a little bit of antique linen to take off the new. Now I would also like to ink up the edges. So where did I leave ground espresso? Oh guys, really, if you could be here with me. I have such a messy desk. I'm such a messy crafter. Everything is everywhere. And I often, well, most of the times I know where stuff is, but it's piled up. So then I have to really take a look again. do we also want to have some of these splatters? I do think so. So let's do the splatters as well. And yeah. Okay, yeah, this makes me happy. Now, the bird. I would like him to go in the middle, a bit down here. And I found this circle that I used, that's cut out from another page. That is actually this one. And as you can see, it fits in here. I keep these for collages like this. And I would like to put this, this is the front and this is the back paper. And I would like to put this behind this head to give a bit more focus on that. Let's see. I think I want to put this here. Then I went into my stash. Oh, also this one was laying on my desk. So let's ink this up as well. And I thought I could add this consumption ticket here somewhere. And I went through my stash and I found some Tracy Fox labels and postage stamps because there was still something missing. And usually for me that means add a postage stamp or a label and then the collage is complete. So let's see, maybe I also want to do some stamping, but I haven't thought of that. Really love this stamp. And I think I want to add this one here behind him. And then I was thinking about, because now I have these reds, adding a label here. But I haven't decided yet on which one. I think this one looks nice. Then we have a one that is like this. But that might be a bit too much because of the postage stamps. And this one I thought was nice. Maybe a little bit behind the circle. I think that looks cool. Yeah, I thought I wanted to go for this one, but now I see this one and I really like that. So I'm also going to ink this one up a little bit on the sides, and now I'm going to try to glue everything down and keep the collage intact. And this is always the challenging part of creating collages, because you lay everything out so beautifully. And now you need to glue everything down. So what I like to do is do certain pieces first. Let's see, how am I going to do this? I think I'm going to take the bird up and just glue down its head on the circle. Then I'm going to take up this side and glue down the postage stamp to the bird. Now, as you can see, I moved it, but now these pieces are somewhat stuck together. Now I can go for this side and I move the bird up a little bit, add a bit of glue just to hold a little bit, because then I can turn it around and add more glue if I want to. And this postage stamp I will remember. And this is already stuck out. Okay, nice. So now I can turn it around and add more glue if I want to, or if I feel I need to add more glue to these separate pieces. But now I can also take my whole little collage, add glue to the back, and stick it down in the right place so that it will not come up again. And like I said before, I don't mind if things are a little bit loose. It's okay. It's just in my journal page, on my journal, in my journal, so it's protected, and especially in a pocket. So okay, placing this here. Yes, which is a good spot. Now the final postage stamp. Add some glue. You could also use glue stick, but I find this a lot more convenient when collaging. And this one goes here. Yes, I'm happy with this. Now, let's move these aside, and this one as well. I do think this looks cool because it just matches a little bit the envelope that is already here. So I think that's cool. If I close it up. Oh yes, I love this. This looks great. Oh, I'm so happy I did the red. Yes. Stamping. Let's do some stamping. Now, I have some stamps laying here because I already used them. So, do I want to do stamps that I already used, or do I want to have some new stamps? I'm not sure. This one, I think the identification would fit perfectly here. So let's put here identification. Then, do I have something else from this that I would like to use? No, not this number. Is there another number? This one is also too big, so maybe check the field note set that is laying under my journal. This one. Do I want to add another circle stamp here? I guess. So this is also a magazine page, so can be a little bit slippery. But if I add the circle there and maybe another one here, and this here. Let's see. Or do I want to have... But then... Oh no, this will be under the frame, but it's the same stamp as there, so I don't think so. No, we're going for this number. Do I want to add anything else? I don't know. Let's stamp this first. So now I'll grab my archival ink again. And I will stamp. So there are all kinds of papers on this page. So some may smudge, some not, I don't know. It's just from my scrap box. I love to make masterboards for my scraps because it's a no think, no brain project, but you're still a little bit busy, so that's nice. You're creating something. Ooh, I love that. Then, do I want to have the received also in black, or do I want to have another color? Maybe some red. No, going for the black. And then one here. And one there. Stamping off a little bit. It's also always nice to stamp off your card, so it gives a little bit more depth. Okay, yeah, I'm enjoying this. I like this. Let's see, I need to move it a little bit to me so I can see it up straight, because seeing your collage in an angle is sometimes a little bit difficult to decide if you want to do something else. I think actually I'm really happy with this. So the back side is just a book page. I use the book page to make masterboards and collage on. Now, I do want to make a tab. Actually really liking this, so let's put him in. Hopefully you can see his head. Yes, you can. Yes, fantastic. Now, of course, the card is sticking out. I already knew this would happen, and I wanted that. But I also think I want to add a pull tab or something fabric-y. And I was thinking maybe a Tim Holtz doll, mini doll here. So I'm going to look through my stash, and then I will be back and see what I found. On the previous project, the tags that I made, I used the leather strap to create a pull tab, and I thought that would be also very nice for this because of the color of this envelope. And I already cut out a piece. I haven't cut it to size yet, but like I said last time, I have, they're scraps, and they're literal scraps. I mean, weird shaped pieces. So I did cut off a piece. Now I don't mind if things are crooked because this is also bent. I don't really mind. But let's try this. I think I will like this. I'm going to, do I also like this size, or do I want to have it smaller? Okay, let's put it back in. It's always a big put stuff back in, take stuff back out when you are creating a pocket with a frame. Let's see, do I like this? Maybe. Ooh, let's do something daring. Let's do it not in the middle. Yeah, let's do it on the side. I like that. Is it too wide? Maybe it's a bit too wide. Going to cut off a piece. Make it a little bit slimmer. Yeah. Yeah, this is it. So, like last time, I'm going to glue this down with textile glue first, because I don't want to have the hassle of everything moving around while I'm punching my holes. And I was thinking about maybe doing a big eyelet or a small one. I also have not decided yet. So let's add this here and then on the back. Now you could journal on the back. I am a journaler, but lately I am not a journaler. I don't know. The writing doesn't seem to come out of me, but I'm happy that I found a way to still be creative in my journal without the writing. That was a very eye-opening thing for me, because I always write in my journals and have this inner dialogue, but for some reason, oh, this is maybe a little bit too lined up. Can I still move it a little bit? Oh, whatever. I'm just going to leave it. I mean lined up with the tag, but I'm just going to leave it here. Yeah, so that was a bit of a thing for me to figure out, because I'm so used to writing that I didn't know how to use my journals without it. And thanks to Margaret and Barbara, I found that I could also use my journal just as a creative outlet, right? Don't have to write in it. Now this is always the tricky part, because it's so thick here, I can't move it up. So I have to do it a little bit from an angle. I use the big setting, by the way. Ah, very nice. Whoa! Didn't expect it would be so good. Now I have my eyelets here. And I was thinking about maybe this one. No, this one is a bit too dark, but I do think I like the big one. Let's see. Do I like this one? Or a smaller one? Let's try it out. I think I will go for the big one for this project. And set it. Perfect. Yep. So now it has a pull tab, which is nice. Put it in. Yeah, I love this. This looks good. And then I found two dolls, and I thought it would be so fun if I would place the boys here, so they will peek out, and this little girl here. Now, if I take out the card, the boys are actually sitting in the frame, so I thought that would be so cute. And this little girl, I don't know what they have to do on this page, but I think it's just pretty, and not everything has to have a deeper meaning, right? So I am just going to glue them on. Also, I have tons of these dolls, so when I can use them, I will. So this girl is so cute. Put her here, and these guys sitting in the frame. I think that's very, very cool. I usually have a little bit of trouble with the sitting or leaning people. So when I find an opportunity to use one, I'm very happy. So stick this in here. Now, I think the only thing left for me to do is add my date somewhere, because I like to do that so I know when I did something. Today it says it's the 13th January, so now you also know when I filmed this. Let's go some black. How do I lose everything? Where to stamp my dates? Let's see. I think I'm going to, because this is also an extra aesthetic thingy, right? So where to add it, I don't know. Decision stress, keuzestress in het Nederlands, in Dutch. Okay, here on top. Yes. Okay. Very good. That makes me very, very happy. So now I always have space on the back if I want to journal something. I don't have to. I also have a journal card in here that I can use, but I stuck some pattern paper on the back because I don't think I will ever journal on this card. Because journaling is not, I'm not feeling it at the moment. So this is the project for today. We made the frame, added the little girls and the boys, and well, made a journal card using a masterboard piece. I hope you like it. And then this just goes in here. And now we have the boys looking out there. We have this nice pull tab. And I'm actually very, very happy with this place. I didn't know this would be it when I thought of making a frame with acetate. That's usually how it goes. So just start. That's the biggest tip I can give you. And this is also very difficult for me. But usually when you just start, you will figure it out while you are creating. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found some inspiration. Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time. Bye!